So NXT happened. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams kick off the show, and Melo wants to talk to Ilja Dragunov, trying to help him against the Judgment Day. Dragunov comes out. Dragunov says he got involved because Damian Priest could have cashed in on a briefcase to win the title and take it to the main roster. But Dragunov wants to. First of all, that's so stupid. Why would you cash in again on NXT titles? This is so stupid. And takes it to the main roster. But Dragunov wants to face Melo at the Bash. But Melo let him down by losing control, and Dragunov goes on about how it means something when he's in the ring, that people feel it, and he will make Melo feel defeat at the Bash. Melo says he feels it's all to the weight of the title and the criticism from everyone, the animosity and the peers in the back. He feels everything. Melo says Dragunov is the most qualified to challenge him at the Bash, and then calls himself Mr. PLE. I hate that term though, but whatever. What can you do? Dragunov says Melo can't control this fire because Melo says he will blow this fire out, and Melo says one of them will have the campaign after the Bash, the other will have pain, and I just think I don't care. It's just, again, it's your typical boring face versus face match. Like, it's not. I'm sorry, it's not entertaining to see a modern face versus face match, because I'm sorry, like, not these wrestlers are not really compelling baby faces or cool baby faces. And I don't really care for Ilja Dragunov. I know all the smarts pretend to love him, but it's like they're not. He's not really entertaining, or not everyone. Not these guys entertaining. Like Carmelo, he's just your typical black guy character. Blah blah blah. It's not being racist. It's just the truth. Yeah. So that's our supposed main title feud, and who cares? Free at last. Free at last. Thank God Almighty, Tony D is free at last. So he's freed from prison, and I like this. Again, I like Tony D'Angelo. The guy's awesome. Dragon Lee and Nathan Frazier defeats Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. Humberto Carrillo gets angry at Angel Garza. Oh wow, dissension, or they're breaking up each other. Who gives a shit? Baron Corbin asks what he has gotten into and why he's not satisfied to where he was at. It was easy, comfortable, and safe, and then decided to evolve or die. He says he needs to be feared, need to be respected, and to be champion. When he approaches the man in a black hoodie, he sees himself and realizes he must do this as himself and not another gimmick. I mean, his true self is like the barbecue, you know, and I like the real Baron Corbin. It's just a darn shame. It's not only just the direction, he's just like, unfortunately, he doesn't really seem has like a TV character with like what he tries to do. If it was really himself, he'll be like a fucking like cook, you know, which is like fucking awesome, you know. You know, again, we'll see how it goes. I don't hate Baron Corbin as a person. I think the guy's pretty fucking awesome as a person. It's just like, I don't know. I thought, what's the gimmick? I mean, I guess this is like the thing. Like, he's gonna try to be himself as a gimmick. We'll see what happens, but you know, whatever. Kiana James defeats Gigi Dolan, whatever. Later backstage, I also think Joe Gacy he talked to Carmelo Hayes, got involved. He's gonna, you know, you're gonna lose your time to Idria, and then Idria gets involved, and then they both get annoyed, but they're essentially that they all attack the schism, whatever. Just leads to you know, it's gonna probably lead to some stupid match in the future, whatever. Them as a 6-man tag with the schisms, like whatever. Not really that intriguing. They talk about whatever this guy. I don't know. He was trained by Gable Steveson. I don't know. They all want to talk to this guy, whatever, and then they're doing this thing where he's Noam Dar is you know, depressed that he lost the Heritage Cup or whatever. I hate this world, but I like this hat. Noam Dar I don't fucking know. So they debuting Brock O'Neill and Lucian Prince. They're supposedly like the new Crime Time or whatever. Or like they're Hispanic. They defeated Axiom and Scripps because Scripps, aka Reggie or Reginald, turned his back on Axiom and he's joining them. So they're gonna basically do like a sort of a faction, a little kind of group with each other. I don't know. It is what it is. Hopefully we'll see what goes from that, and hopefully some good things. I don't know. Okay, I like this. I actually do, because again, it's character stuff, and boy, the chicks were pretty good looking. They're invited to my big black couch. You know, I like, again, Italian people are cool. Tony D'Angelo's Homecoming. We see Tony's supposed family, could be fake family, but they look the part, you know. Uh, it was cool just how they interact. It felt like very mob-like. It felt like you're watching The Godfather somewhat, you know? So I love it. I definitely, the fucking gimmick feels like it's Godfather-esque. Mob style, fucking Sopranos type of stuff. It's good stuff. It's fucking good stuff, people. Um, Stacks says everything changed for the family at May 25th, and when the Rat Joe Coffey had Tony arrested and trumped up charges, Stacks then welcomes Tony D back. He hugs everybody, gives a shout out to Stacks for coming out with a genius plan. Everyone, including Gallus, thought Stacks was a rat, but that's not the case. Tony tosses a video of them planning it all together, which definitely helps the story. I love it. I love that they, show it like, explanations. It's not like just telling. It's actually just showing and tell. You know what I mean? That's like like a lot of movies they fail to do. They fail to not show like highlights of planning something. Gallus interrupts. Joe Coffey says Tony's gonna wish that he was back in jail, and then Tony tells them that the shine box and shines the title up real nice because they're coming for them at the Great American Bash. Wolfgang tells they're not gonna make it at the Bash and then they enter the ring for a fight. Then Tony's family brings out weapons with like crowbars and shit, which is actually pretty fucking cool. It's mom like it's fucking what I'm talking about. Then Tony and Stacks then hits Wolfgang and Joe with a crowbar, and while putting one of the members, I think, to mark this guy, through the table. It's definitely pro wrestling. Like, I fucking love it. Actually, this is definitely one of my favorite things I saw. It's fucking cool. Tia Hale defeated I think what is her Elektra Lopez. By the way, Elektra Lopez got some freaking big tits. Holy shit! But then she challenges Tiffany Stratton for another chance for another title shot. Tiffany Stratton, man, is she invited to my big black couch. Ooh wee! I swear to God, NXT women look more attractive than fucking these modern fucking main roster chicks. If only fucking TV 14 was going on, it would be good wrestling. Tia Hale, whatever. Fucking Tia Hale challenges her to a submission match when Tiffany gladly gives it to her another shot, but then she doesn't want. But then Tia Hale forcefully does the Kimura lock and makes Tiffany accepts the submission match. How about a bra and panties match, for God's sakes? Why do women gotta be fucking, they gotta try to pretend to do, like, submission, whatever. Maybe that's part of their thing, but it would be nice, like, hey, why not do hot shit? That would be with some ratings, for fuck's sake. Next stage, we see Tony D and Stacks again, but then Dominik goes to see him about prison or something. Then we eventually see Rhea Ripley talks to Vladimir Valkyris for some reason. This could, if Rhea Ripley was back to her old hot self, this would be a nice, encounter to see turn to some nice seductive shit. That's what I'm talking about. Laura Mesa defeats Eddie Trump with the assist of D-Jack. I don't care. And then cautious no one dar or whatever. Mommy Cora has not expressed your gymnastics shit. That's basically all. That's the explanation. Really. Some sit down interview about Roxanne Perez and whatever. Blair Davenport for some reason are gonna fight again or whatever. I don't know. I don't fucking really care. Early on the show, they show Booker T's like he's concerned about Roxanne because she wants another shot. Like whatever, it is what it is. This was the big thing of the show. Dirty Dominik Mysterio defeats Wesley to become the North American champion with the assist of the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day looked like they were getting beat up or whatever because Wesley overcoming the odds, but then Rhea Ripley hits him with the belt. Kind of made like Damian Priest and Finn Balor look kind of weak since they're supposedly like world champs and whatever. But then Dominik wins the title. Again, he's on the main roster and he won the North American title. Sure, he's on the main roster, but if anything, it makes the title better and it kind of makes more sense for him to win because he's on the main roster. He should technically be better than a supposed rookie. So I don't mind this because sure, it will help the ratings a little bit, and plus it kind of is good for Dominik Mysterio. And it's good for, like, maybe make people watch a little bit. It's not going to be good for a long-term thing, but it's kind of good for a short-term thing. It's going to help Dominik. Maybe eventually Dominik will become a future mid-card champion in the main roster. And, I don't mind this, actually. This is actually something kind of cool and definitely shocked. People were not expecting him to win. I was not expecting him to win, so does other people, because it just seemed like predictable. because they already announced Mustafa Ali versus Wesley, but they also like showed like them talking to each other earlier. Like you can't be fearing Dirty Dom or blah blah blah. But Dominic wins, and I'm actually happy this happens. This is good stuff. It's good for Dominic, and yeah, it's good for the Judgment Day as since they're being on NXT, and this is like. Who really cares about Wesley? I know Smarks, they're heartbroken because, whatever. But hey, this is actually all the Smarks are definitely heartbroken in the fucking Performance Center, like all the fat fucking Smarks. But this is actually kind of good, so it's good. I'm actually happy for Dominik Mysterio, man. I'm actually happy for that, even though they're pushing this whole he gets booed gimmick too hard. But hey, it's helping, man. I like that he won. It's good stuff. That's all I say. Just keep it real. Get your games closed. Magnificent Spy me some bitches. Go oh shit. That's all to say. The show was not terrible. It just like wasn't really entertaining or intriguing enough to care. Didn't care about the opening segment, whatever. But definitely like the Tony D'Angelo shit, and also definitely like what happened with this. The match was whatever, but definitely like what happened with Dom. So there's a good result with this. Definitely shocking and cool. I'm actually really happy. Like definitely one of the least predictable ways that because people thought like he was gonna lose. So. It's good stuff. I like it. That's all I'll say, people. Like that Dominic won. Definitely helps. And I guess, good on the Smarts getting pissed off. That's all I'm saying. Just keep real. Until next time, peace. Yeah, bye. How can I say? Definitely Tiffany Stratton. Like that. Hell yeah. Fucking, that's 10 out of 10 for those,